All right, hello everybody out there on YouTube. Just want to say right off the bat, I do not sponsor Jomashop in any way or none of that. I've just bought their products from, and I that's all I want to say on that. Get that right out of the way. Now, with that being said, Jomashop sent a thing for me to do. You know, if I wanted to do a video review, I could, but all I keep getting is feedback through my phone, and I can't change that to flip the camera around. It's a face viewing deal, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'll do it another way. So hopefully Jomashop, y'all will get this video. I do have another one out there that was on the Seiko when I first got it. So actually, I think I had two of them. I don't know if I had one or two. I think I just made one and I tied it together. But anyway, let's go back to the video for Jomashop. I made my sixth purchase the other day. Here it has been a few weeks. And I bought this for my son. He's got a birthday coming up in about a week. And nothing fancy. I'm not, hey, we wasn't going all out because I don't know how he's going to be with the watches, yet. We got him an Invicta diver. It's an automatic deal and big because he's got a big wrist. It's got that big band. Actually, let's pull it out. You can see it's one of them big deals. Too big for me. I don't like something like this. But for him, it'll fit. Fits his arm. It'll fit his arm perfect and everything. But as you can see, I think it's like a 24 millimeter, might even be a bigger band. I don't know. It might even be bigger than that. But bear with me here. Let me put this back in. I had the strap here bent. I want to make sure I get that back down like it should be in there. Like that. Okay. All right. Thank you for holding on there. Yeah, I got him a diver's automatic. I wasn't going to deal with him having batteries. I said, here, he'll wear it. And this is one of them he'll be able to wear. Okay, but back to the Jomashop. All I want to say is, they've been good with me. Even when I've called and I've talked to customer service, I think on 2 separate occasions, I had no issues. I've got my Orient through them. That's a nice little watch, a little diver's watch. I've yet to, like I said, these ain't set the time except for the Seiko. I've been wearing it this week. I call this and one of my old Kommerdirsky, my beater watches. Everybody knows me. I work on watches. I do pocket watches. And my son got me started in that over 15 years ago, and I never even wore a wristwatch until a few years ago. I went back to wearing one. I hadn't worn one in over 25 years. So my first one I got from them was this older Invicta Pro Diver, which I just now put the actual band back on it. I have a leather Barton band I put on here. It accommodated that bezel better. It looked really nice with it. And this watch here, I have to say, I got it after about a week. It was probably a minute and a half off. I adjusted that, and the watch keeps excellent time. It's got that Seiko 35 NH movement in it. Keeps excellent time. And what drawed me to this watch to begin with was that bezel, that diamond-looking cut. Not bezel, but the dial in there. And it just looked really good. I liked that at the time. I don't know what they call that, but it was just that serrated look in there. It looked really good to me, and in person it looks even better. I don't know how this looks on camera to y'all. Get a little better view of it up here. There you go. But keeps excellent time. I had to, I adjusted it. I do that. I work on my own watches, and I had to, regulate it. It was fine. It was just a little regulation. No changing the rate for the pallet fork and all. Now, not to say now, I didn't get this one from Jomashop. I got this one from an overseas company. It's an Amphibia Reef, by Vostok. This one here I had to adjust too. Have to admit, had to adjust that watch and the Kommerdirsky I got over here. But I adjusted them, and let me tell you, I've wore both of these watches for over a month. And they keep excellent time after I adjust. I had to adjust the rate and regulate. So they keep excellent time. I've had no issues with them, no qualms with them. I'm not going to buy Another Rolex. I'm thinking about it. Maybe getting a used Submariner or something. And if I do, most likely I'll get it through Jomashop. Just thinking about it, because I like the way they look. You know, me, if I get something, I don't want something. If I do wear it while I'm doing work, I do not want to be worried about scratching it, or if I break it or whatever. I'll probably not wear it doing that. I try to do that with all these, which I have, especially like this Invicta. This was the first one I got for myself at the Jomashop. I got my son one of the divers. And then I bought him a Seiko actually last year from Jomashop. I bought this Orient last year for myself. These are my watches, and I don't know. I just fell in love with that dial. I seen a Kermit Seiko, and I just really loved the Orient just better. And it has their in-house movement in it and everything. It's just, I just like the way it looked. I don't know what it is, and I got a video on it. And I agree with everybody. I do not like that the lugs on the side here where the crown guards the crown. The crown could have been bigger, and they could have made these a little smaller But other than that, no qualms with that. And I have not had to adjust that. I wore that watch for 2 straight weeks. Pulled it out, put it on, and wore it for 2 solid weeks. I take it off at night or when I get in the shower, even though I don't have to, but I do. That's just how I am. I'm a little meticulous about my stuff. And set it on the dresser at night or whatever, and go sleep, put it back on next day. And after over a month, this thing was 45 seconds off from the time on my phone, which I'm using now. The Seiko here, when I first got it from Jomashop, I thought I had a issue with, I had a little piece of something that was inside this dial. And I retrieved it. I wasn't going to make a big fuss about it. I retrieved it. At first, I thought it was a scratch in the dial, but it wasn't. So I retrieved it. Put the watch on, wore it a few days, noticed that it gained after about 3 or 4 days. I think it was. It gained a minute and a half. I regulated this watch. Keeping perfect time now. So I can't complain. I've been wearing it now for the past, I kind of rotate back and forth from time to time. And I don't wear a watch on a daily basis because I'd have a watch broke or whatever. And if I do wear one, it's going to be this Seiko on a daily basis out, or this Commandeerski I got over here, or I might even wear that reef. I don't know. I mean, I'm just not going to beat them up when there's no need to, when I know I'm going to be doing something out, and because I'm a hands-on guy. I'm out doing all kinds of stuff. But anyway, Jomashop, their prices, and the reason why, and I hope you see this, Jomashop, your video thing to do through the email that you sent about this last purchase here, which, like I said, I'm giving this to my son in about a week, March 4th, matter of fact. It just wasn't great. So I'm doing a video here, and I hope you see it. But the Seiko, I love it. It wears well. That Jubilee type bracelet, it wears really well. I have no issues with that. Like I said, I regulate my own. I got them working where they're, within plus 2 or 3 seconds a day. I can throw them on the timer and show you how they run since I regulated them and adjusted them. The Orient, I have not had to touch yet. The Invicta, I had to do the same thing. I had to do it with these reefs, this Amphibia reef, which I thought was a really nice watch. And, there's some pros and cons about it, but really nice. It just struck my eye, that moon type phase dial. It struck my eye, and but I'm not going to spend. I might, like I said, I might break down and buy one of them Rolexes eventually. One of them a pre-owned off there, but from your shop. But I just wanted to show you and do my video and why I do these. Why I chose y'all. Your prices. Your prices are actually really good. They're either a little lower. Sometimes I might find something that might be a little less somewhere else, but is standing behind knowing that I'm going to get the product I'm paying for and not something I got to worry about that's not authentic. I've never had an issue with authenticity with your watches or anything like that. It's a very reputable place to buy from. If you, anybody that sees this video, if you haven't, I do recommend them. I've had no issues. I've like I said, I've called customer service a couple of times. No issues with the customer service deal. So actually it's real nice. Even like I said, this Invicta, this is an '01 model. And, 01 or it could be '03. I can't remember. I think it was '01. So that lets you know how old that was. It was a new old stock. And I guess because of that bezel and that white dial might have thrown everybody off. They probably didn't like it. I guess I can see why at first. But to me, that just looked really well. And I bought a Barton band to put on it. And it toned that down and just looked right then because the band matched the bezel and the crown, and it looked really good. So and I hadn't seen another one like it. So and it's a pro diver. So anyway, just want to do this video and let you see my watches. The other two that I bought, it's six watches I've bought from Jomashop now. The other one was a Seiko chronograph with an automatic movement, and the other one was a Invicta automatic for my son. No, I think it was a quartz for automatic. Nope, it was automatic for my other son, and he wears the Seiko now more than ever, and I bought that, I think, last year for him. So, and he really loves that Seiko chronograph. So anyway, the price was right. I got it and all that. But anyway, I just want to show you my watches and what I, and just let Jomashop know, hey, your prices are good. I really like, and I don't care what somebody else says. Your customer service, when I've called, I didn't have no issues. And really nice, and was actually walked through and took time with me. And like I said, I didn't call them about this Seiko when I first thought I had a scratch, and more I got to looking at it, it wasn't. And I took care of that myself. But I'm looking to get my next one, and I just want to do this video for Jomashop or anybody that's interested in buying from them to know if they're getting a real authentic watch or whatever. Yes, so you buy a Rolex or Briley, anything you buy from them is going to be authentic, even if it's pre-owned. So I know one other person that's bought an Omega from them, and it was pre-owned, and it's all authentic. Nothing's been changed, as they call Frankensteined up. So just to let you know. And yeah, that's all I want to do. And just let you know why I chose Jomashop, because their prices are actually just better, and they got a big selection. So there you are with that. And everybody, thanks for looking.